Cbkennells family, this is Tommy, yours truly, man, CEO of Cbkennells. Before the video starts, y'all, please do me a favor. Pause the video, like the video, share the video, like the video, share the video, like the video, share the video, and go follow me on Instagram. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. Go follow me on TikTok. Go follow me on Facebook. I got all that, you guys. All that's going to be in the description box. Today's video is going to be something short, simple, sweet. A topic that I haven't really spoken on in a while that I feel like I should definitely speak on, and it's going to help a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people in general, not only breeders, just people that's trying to breed dogs in general. So a lot of people lately been in my DMs on Instagram asking me, man, how do I get my females to take? How do I get these small females to take? It's not hard. First thing I want to say, whether the female is small, big, medium, extra large, extra small, nano, who cares? It's not hard to get these females to take. Y'all know what you're doing. First, Drake, I'm trying to record. It's like you know I be recording and you want to make all the noise on recording. It's like you do this on purpose, don't you? Now you hitting the shut against the cage. Why I tell y'all what? But y'all see it? Look, y'all see it right there? Y'all see it right there? So, first things first, you guys. It depends on if you bought the female fully grown or if you produced the female. You have to be careful with a lot of breeders, man. Some breeders will sell you a dog fully grown. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've been sold dogs that were fully grown and cannot be bred. There was 2 dogs that I can think of that somebody sold me, and I just took a loss. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I just took a loss on it. But they sold them to me and they could not be bred. That could be a numerous of things. That could be, just, like Kiki. You guys remember Kiki? She was like smut try. She could not be bred. So I just gave her back to who I got her from. It was another dog way back years ago. I don't remember her name though. Like I said, man, you got to be careful. Make sure there's a way to be able to tell if that dog can be bred, but it's a process. You have to go through because there's a reproductive system. There's a reproductive clinic for dogs, strictly for dogs, and they check out your females to see if they still able to have puppies. Because honestly, to be real with you, man, somebody can say you're a full-grown dog and tell you it can be bred, and low key it ain't got spayed. You feel me? Like there's a lot of things. That's why I tell you guys. That's why I tell a lot of folks when you shop with a breeder, don't be jumping around from breeder to breeder to breeder to breeder to breeder. Like pick a certain number of breeders, maybe 2 to 3, and just stick with those breeders. It's not good to shop with everybody because not everybody is a genuine person that had the same intentions. So don't shop around with everybody. Pick a certain amount of breeders, maybe 3 at the most, and just if you look for something, just intertwine those 3 breeders. That's what I do. I got 3 breeders I shop with, and I go to them every time, and every time they have something. If one don't have one, I go to the other, but I never shop outside of them. So make sure you shop with the right person and not selling you some shit that's really messed up and you will never know. Next thing, make sure your females are cleaned out. When I say cleaned out, make sure 2 months before they come in heat, you've hit them with antibiotics. Make sure you have antibiotics. There are different type of antibiotics to give your females. It just depends on, what you're trying to clean. So that's why it's good to take a female to the vet at least one time and get those antibiotics. The vet can issue some antibiotics, but you can get 60, 90, it just depends. But make sure your dogs are cleaned out. Antibiotics, make sure they don't got no UTIs. That's why every now and again it's good to throw a little bit of apple cider vinegar in their water. Even if they're not pregnant, that's safe to do while they're pregnant to make sure they have no UTIs and things. But you can also do it on the regular. But I do it every once in a while, and I also give them antibiotics. So make sure they clean out with antibiotics. They've been at least to the vet at least one time. I'm not saying you got to take your dog to the vet regularly. That's what you should do. But you don't have to, you feel me? Just make sure they go to the vet, every now and again to make sure they are cleaned out 2 months before they come in heat. 2 months before they come in heat. Because you don't want to wait till, right when they're about to come in heat, because it'll mess up the heat cycle and they won't be able to take. So also make sure you clean them out right before they come in heat. 2 months. Don't wait at the last minute and be trying to, let me give them some antibiotics because they're about to come in heat. If they come in heat while you got them on them antibiotics, I wouldn't even breed them because it's a waste of time because honestly, them taking, man, depending on what antibiotics you got them on. Because some antibiotics are too strong and it just, the dog won't take. They have some out there that you can use that is safe for pregnancies, But I try my best if my dogs are pregnant not to give them antibiotics. Even when they have like little UTIs, I normally just give them a little bit of apple cider vinegar in their water. The only dog that I really had to get antibiotics to while she was pregnant was Rosa Parks. The reason why Rosa Parks had a horrible infection, and if I didn't treat it and it go untreated, I could have lost my whole litter. Which I ended up losing my whole litter and her because she was fit. Yeah, Rosa Parks was a different story. She was filled with 10 puppies and she was like tiny. You feel me? Next thing is, you guys, make sure she's not holding blood. Make sure your female is not holding blood. So I feel like, because some females hold blood, some females don't. I've only had that problem out of my whole breeding life, I want to say, with about 2 females. But honestly, 9 times out of 10, you can tell when your female is holding blood. You don't have to make sure they're not holding blood every single heat cycle. You should. But if you know your dogs like me, then you will know, okay, once you get a dog and they've been with you at least 2 heat cycles, you'll be able to tell, okay, this dog bleeds a lot, this dog don't bleed like, because every dog is different. It's just like a woman. Every dog is different. Some dogs bleed heavy, some dogs don't. Some dogs bleed for 7 days, some dogs bleed for 30 days. Every dog is different. Some dogs have split heats, some dogs don't. It just depends. But once like I said, with me, you guys, I try to make it my best to learn every individual one of my females to know, okay, this is how the heat cycle goes, so I can know what to look for to know if there's any problems that could possibly come up. That's how I do it. But I've only had that problem with, I think Rosa Parks I had that problem with, and there was another dog. Comment down below if y'all remember what other dog I had to clean up. I don't remember what dog it was. I don't remember. I know Rosa Parks was one of them, though. She was definitely one of them. But again, some dogs also pay attention to you guys, because sometimes your dogs will have a silent heat and you won't even know they're in heat. So that's why sometimes some dogs don't drip a lot. So sometimes you have to get a cotton swab, a Q-tip swab, and swab around in there and see if there's a little blood on there. Listen, this is my rule. Everybody got different rules. This is my number 1 rule, what I normally do, you guys. So me personally, what I do is this. This is what I do, you guys. Me personally, what I like to do is when my dogs come in heat, I wait 4 days to get a PG test. Some folks say wait 10. Some folks say wait 7. Some folks say wait 14. It depends. Me, I can't miss no heat cycles. So I go 4 days. It might be too early. It might be too late. I've had dogs come in. They be ready by the 5th day. I've had some dogs come in. They be ready by the 15th day. But me, I can't miss no heat cycles because this is my full-time job. So I'm well invested into this bully game. So I got to be on point, right? Bet. So again, like I said, man, I wait 4 days and get my first PG test. It's a lot easier to know when your dogs are ready when you have studs around. But if you don't, you have to work what you got. But one thing I feel like a lot of y'all want to make sure you learn is to be able to feel the vagina and know, So you guys know most dogs, I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, not every dog swells up when they come in heat. So it's a process. It swells up. It's like a hill. You start here, you start low, you get higher and higher and higher, and they get at a peak where they're most swollen, and then they start to go down. You want to start breeding them when they get to that peak and they're about to start going down. Not when they at the peak. When they start de-swelling is when they're going to be ready. Normally, when you start to feel that it's at its hardest, that's how I time my PG test. If it's at its hardest, nah. But when they start de-swelling, they start flagging, that's when I know, okay, cool, it's time for me to get a PG test, or it's time for me to go ahead and start breeding. You know what I'm saying? It depends on, how her vagina's feeling and how my studs are reacting towards her. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, you guys. What's the best thing to do, Tommy? TCI, AI, surgical. You guys know, man, you talking to the person that did it all. I done did AIs, I done did surgicals, I done did TCIs. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, me personally, when I first started in the game, TCI, oh my God, I meant surgical. Me personally, I don't mess surgicals anymore. I have not did a surgical in 2 years. I haven't did a surgical in 2 years because I feel like it's pointless. What am I cutting on my dog for? And to be real with y'all, some of y'all not gonna like this. Some bigger breeders ain't gonna like this. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Surgicals, TCIs, AIs, it's all the same shit. Bro, the odds of the dog taking is the same. I don't know why some folks be like, oh, the odds are better with a surgical. The odds are better. Bro, that shit is the same. The odds are the same, bro. Whether you do a surgical, TCI, or AI, the odds are the same. The only difference is making sure you are on point with the numbers. Anyone you do, your dog can take. You can do a surgical, your dog can take. You can do a TCI, your dog can take. You can do an AI, and your dog will take. But you just have to be on point with the numbers. I'm gonna show you guys a chart in a few minutes. Surgicals are at high numbers. High numbers. When I say high numbers, I don't mean 20. That's too low. That's TCI number. Surgicals are numbers between 25 and 35 to me. That's what I do. Everything I'm telling you guys is what I do. And it also depends on what PG machine you got. You got mini VDOS and you got IDEX. Just depends on, there's a chart out there. You got to figure out which chart is for which one. Because those are only two machines. Let me slow down, you guys. I'm sorry. Those are the only two PG machines. Mini VDOS and IDEX. Those are only two. So one of the machines, I don't know which one it is, but one reads double. So one might read 2, another one might read 4. One might read 14, the other one might read, 30. So one machine is double, but it reads the same thing. You just gotta find that chart and go by the chart. So surgical high numbers, 25, 30, 40. I did a surgical GG, which is Rosa Parks' mom. We did a surgical at 40, 45, and she gave us a letter 8. TCI, my TCI numbers, I normally do my TCIs about a 20 through a 26, 27. You feel me? Those are my TCI numbers. My AI numbers, so every female ovulates at a 5. Every female ovulation is at a 5. Every female ovulates at a 5. 48 hours after ovulation is when you want to start your AIs. 48 hours after. So I normally start my AIs around between an 8 and 13. Those are my AI numbers. 8, 13, in between those. You feel me? But again, me personally, so this is probably gonna be one of the big questions. So what if I'm getting shipped semen? Me personally, bro, to be real with you, I can't tell you. I'm not gonna sit up and be like, oh yeah, when you get shipped semen, do a surgical. Because, bro, you can get shipped semen and do AI and it still take. You feel me? Just depends on what levels your female are at. You have to go by levels. Stop going by what people tell you is better. Surgical is better. Bro, whatever number your female is at is exactly what you should do. You feel what I'm saying? So, your female's at a 15, you want to do, you feel me? 15 AI numbers. Your female's at a 20, TCI numbers. Your female's at a 30, 40, surgical numbers. Don't let nobody tell you, man. Not these vets either, man. These vets don't even want us breeding these dogs. So you gotta really knowledge yourself and gain as much knowledge to learn about these. That girl look good right there, boy. Sugar look amazing, boy. But like I was saying to you guys, let me find this chart for y'all real quick. I got the chart in here somewhere. Let me find it for y'all real quick. So like I was saying, man, people, what I'm saying, oh, surgical's better. Man, I haven't did a surgical in 2 years, and I done had, just this year alone, I done had 8, 9 litters. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it don't really matter, which is better. But I will say this, though. When you getting shipped semen, I will go more than likely TCI. Or when I'm trying to get semen shipped, I would try to do a TCI. I would get enough semen because normally when I send out semen, I send 2 tubes of semen. So first semen, I tell you get an air. Second tube, I tell you get a TCI. But depending on when you tell me to send it, if it's late numbers, I'll be like, hey, run you a TCI and a surgical. You feel me? But they go to the chart right here, you guys. This is the chart. Let me see. That's the chart, you guys. Let me show you guys the chart. That is the chart right there. So it tells you see what I'm saying? See, actually, it got many VDOS and IDEX on it. Y'all see it? If you need the chart, DM me on Instagram. This is the chart. This is the breeding chart right here. Tells you the numbers to start breeding on right here. So if you need the chart, DM me and I will give you the chart. This is the chart. As you guys can see on the chart, it starts at a 0.5 and it goes always to 47. It says right here, ovulation period. See, so right here it said ovulation breed in 48 hours. Y'all see that? Ovulation breed in 48 hours. And then right here it says first breeding ideal. Right there, 15 through a 20. Surgical numbers right here, 35. So DM me on Instagram if you need this chart. It has mini VDOS and it has, I didn't know that it has both of them. I do have the chart if you need it. DM me on Instagram. I ain't got no problem seeing you the chart, but I got y'all. But go follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, you guys. But that's my take on it when it comes to surgical or AI. Make sure you're on point. Make sure you guys are making sure your dogs are clean. Make sure your dogs are on point. Make sure everything's good. Make sure you're actually taking care of these dogs and making sure you're watching them to know what's going on with a dog and learning your dog, not just trying to breed them just for the money and actually